Federal and state high courts in Kano State may be seen as the current battlefield where the supporters of the newly reinstalled Emir, His Royal Highness Muhammad Sanusi II and the deposed 15th Emir, His Royal Highness Aminu Ado Bayero are slugging it out. The Federal High Court in Kano, presided over by Justice S.A. on Tuesday, ordered the eviction of Emir Muhammadu Sanusi II from the Kofa-Kudu Palace and asked the security operatives to return the 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, back to the palace. An order of interim injunction restraining the respondents from inviting, arresting, detaining, threatening, intimidating, harassing the applicant, or infringing on his rights is hereby granted, stated Justice Amobeda. The court ruled that this order ensures that Emir Aminu Bayero enjoys all rights and privileges accrued to him by virtue of his position. This followed after Kano State High Court, under the jurisdiction of Justice Amina Adamu Aliyu, on Monday ordered the arrest of Emir Ado Bayero. State High Court also ordered security operatives to ensure the protection of Emir Muhammadu Sanusi II and restrain the state government from harassing the newly reinstalled Emir. The order of the State High Court prevents any interference with the Emir's autonomy and the seizure of key symbols of his authority, such as the twin spear, the royal heart of Dabo, and the ostrich-feathered shoes, according to Channels Television. Justice Aliyu emphasized, an order of interim injunction is granted restraining the respondents from harassing or intimidating the applicants or confiscating any symbols of the Emir's authority. She further added, the respondents are ordered to maintain the status quo pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice. The State High Court's case is set for further hearing on June 13th, while the Federal High Court has adjourned its case to June 4th. The Federal High Court sitting in Kano State issued an order of interim injunction restraining the Inspector General of Police, the Kano State Commissioner of Police, and the Department of State Services from inviting, arresting, detaining, threatening, or arresting Emir Aminu Ado Bayero. Justice Amobeda further issued an order restraining the Nigeria Police and all other respondents from denying Bayero the use of his official residence and palace at the Emir's palace, Kofa Kudu, as well as enjoyment of all rights and privileges accrued to him by being Emir of Kano. And to evict anybody residing within the palace illegally pending the hearing and the determination of the originating summons. The Attorney General of the Federation, the Attorney General of Kano State, Nigeria Police Force, NPF, the IGP, and the Commissioner of Police, Kano Command are listed as respondents in the suit. Others are the State Security Service, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Navy, and Nigeria Air Force. Less than a day, Kano High Court had ordered Bayero to cease parading himself as the 15th Emir of Kano and also directed the police to evict him from the mini or second Emir Palace known as Nasarawa Palace, located at the State Road in Government Reservation Area, GRA, near the State Government House. Justice Amina Adamu Aliyu held that the order is effective until the 11th of June 2024, when the substantive motion will be heard. The action of the Kano State High Court followed an earlier Federal High Court ruling on last Thursday which restrained the reinstatement of Muhammadu Sanusi II as Emir of Kano and suspended the law establishing the dissolved 5 emirates in the state. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf contested the ruling, claiming that the judge who issued it was in the U.S. Governor Yusuf has vowed to report the matter to the Nigeria Governors Forum, NGF. He insisted that there is nothing stopping the recognition of Muhammadu Sanusi II as Emir of Kano. Disregarding a court order, Governor Abba Yusuf reinstated Sanusi II as 16th Emir of Kano State and escorted the newly reinstated Emir alongside with the Speaker of the Kano State House of Assembly among other top government officials to take over Emir's palace at midnight on Saturday early morning night at 1 a.m. Shortly after moving into the palace, Bayero, who was outside the state when he was deposed, arrived at Kano International Airport at about 4 a.m. and was escorted under heavy security to the Nasarawa Palace. Meanwhile, the Deputy Governor of Kano State, Aminu Abdusalam, has issued a public apology to the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, over allegations of involvement in the emirship crisis in the state. The Deputy Governor made the apology while briefing journalists on the recent development from the government angle as regards the emirship tussle. Aminu Abdusalam hinted that the Kano government was misled, but after discreet investigation believed that the NSA was not involved in the crisis. Before the public apology, the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, had expressed intention to take legal action for defamation against the Deputy Governor of Kano State, Comrade Aminu Abdusalam Gwazo. Gwazo mentioned that Ribadu supported Ado Bayero in coming back to Kano. In a formal correspondence, issued by his legal representatives at Aliyu and Musa Chambers, Ribadu has requested an apology from the Deputy Governor. We act as solicitors to Malam Nuhu Ribadu, who presently occupies the exalted position of the National Security Advisor, our client, and on whose instruction we write this letter. The attention of our client was drawn to a video clip being shared on different social media platforms wherein he granted an interview at Emir's Palace in Kano on Saturday, the 25th day of May 2024, in a very calm atmosphere, and without any provocation whatsoever, falsely accusing our client of using his office to kill the people of Kano State and mend their properties. In the clip, you were shown to be saying in Hausa, Your false accusations against our client portraying his office as an appendage of a political party and a willing tool to cause chaos in Kano is false and done with the intention of damaging the hard-earned reputation of our client in the eyes of the right-thinking members of the society, and indeed it has succeeded in doing so. In all the places he has served, our client has never been accused of any wrongdoing. Given this illustrious background, it is inconceivable that someone would harbor the thought that our client would descend his exalted office so low as to interfere in the local tussle of the Kano Emirate. The wide coverage you gave your interview has caused serious embarrassment to our client and his family. Since the publication, our client has been receiving barrage of telephone calls both within and outside Nigeria from friends and associates who felt disappointed in him because of the false allegation, owing to the fact that it came from a person occupying the office of Deputy Governor of Kano State. Our client and his office take your allegations seriously, and by this letter, our client is demanding that you provide irrefutable evidence to substantiate your claims. If you have no proof, our client demands you to within 24 hours. I retract the libelous allegation in a similar manner you made it, as well as give it wide media circulation, and issue a public apology in 5 national dailies with wide national coverage and on popular online platforms. Note that if you fail to do so, our client will be compelled to seek redress in a court of law. There were reports that in the midst of the events surrounding the Kano Emirate dispute, security authorities in Kano State said on Sunday night that they have discovered plans to incite chaos and cause widespread destruction. While addressing the press, CP Hussaini Gomel, accompanied by leaders of security agencies such as DSS and NSCDC, revealed that they had discovered plans to carry out an assault on the Kano State House of Assembly and various significant sites in the state. He said, "We have uncovered credible intelligence about some group of people who are considered as enemies of the state and miscreants who are trying to unleash terror in the state by embarking on targeted attacks at locations, particularly the House of Assembly and some prominent locations within the state capital." This intelligence has been verified by so many sources. We have perfected plans to embark on serious patrols as well as detections, particularly areas where we were informed that the miscreants are hiding. No hiding place for them. Whoever, under whatever guise, is found to be planning to disrupt the peace being enjoyed in the state or feel that she can jeopardize the existing security settings in the state will be arrested and made to face the full wrath of the law. We are going to embark on a house-to-house search for anybody who they are above the law. Meanwhile, media reports indicated that the deposed Emir of Gaya, Alhaji Ali Ibrahim Abdulkadir, has expressed his acceptance of his removal as a divine decree. The Emir is one of the 5 top traditional leaders deposed by the annulment of the law that divided the Kano Emirate and promoted them. He further mentioned that he has no intention of contesting the decision in court and is prepared to serve in a different role if the chance arises. But on the other hand, the Bichi Emirate condemned the action of the state government to dissolve the Bichi and other 4 Emirates. The Bichi Emirate, in a statement jointly signed by 39 of the Bichi Emirate stakeholders, described the action of the state government as unpopular. Bichi Emirate stakeholders who signed the press release included Malam Bello Salisu, Alhaji Uba Kunchi, Alhaji Sule Muazu Kunchi, Malam Muhammad Gama Yusuf, Alhaji Mudasi Ado Kunchi, Alhaji Tuko Sani Kwa, Malam Kabiru Muhammad, Alhaji Musa Zangon, Sani Alesan Dawaki, Alhaji Ado Rabiu Danbayero, Alhaji Mod Abadan Bata, Alhaji Hayan Nuhu, Alhaji Madaji Sani Medaji, Alhaji Ibrahim Nuhu Amasaye, Alhaji Muntari Sel, Alhaji Danasabe Makura, Alhaji Rabiu Abubakar Makura, Malam Yusuf Lawan, Alhaji Suleiman Ahmed Awal, Honorable Ibrahim Damisawa, Alhaji Babangida Mansukunya, Alhaji Mutala Rufai, Malam Musa Mai Azara, Alhaji Musani Gadanya, Alhaji Ibrahim Zakari Babwai, Alhaji Muhammad Inua Daba, Alhaji Lawan Safiyan Gogori, Alhaji Sulusi Nasarawa, Alhaji Jimirin Habau, Alhaji Hamza Sonyawa, Alhaji Nura, Yanchili, Alhaji Farooq, Yanganau, Alhaji Inusa Yushau Sonyawa, Gwani Abdullahi Dangwani, Comrade Aminu Abdurrahman, Engineer Bello Gambo Bichi, Barrister Imam Ghazali Umar, Alhaji Aminu Abdulhamid and Alhaji Bello Gambo Gogori. The stakeholders stated in quote below those, the first-class emirate of Bichi, wish to express our deepest appreciation to the judiciary and security agencies for their steadfast commitment to upholding the Constitution and the rule of law. We commend the judiciary for their courageous interpretation of the Constitution, which has ensured that the principles of democracy and separation of powers are respected in Kano State. You have indeed demonstrated a strong commitment to justice and the protection of the rights of all citizens, and we are grateful for your service. We also appreciate the security agencies for their professionalism and dedication to maintaining peace and order in the state, despite the challenges posed by the recent political developments. Your tireless efforts have ensured that our people can live in peace and security, and we are deeply grateful for your sacrifices. We are grateful for the independence and impartiality displayed by the judiciary and security agencies, which has helped to strengthen our democracy and ensure that the rights and dignity of all citizens are protected. The people and indeed leaders of the Bichi Emirates have endured the onslaught on their rights to this emirate, and the actions of the judiciary and security agencies have averted the breakdown of law and order in Bichi Emirates in particular and by extension the other 4 emirates. There is no guessing that all the Emirates have witnessed tremendous progress in infrastructural and socio-economic development in the last 8 years, and upon no fault of any of the emirs, these unpopular decisions were taken by the State Assembly and the executive arms of the government of Kano State. All these have demonstrated that President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a Democrat who believes in justice and fairness and a statesman who believes in a better and renewed Nigeria. Thank you all for your service and commitment to the people of Kano State and Nigerians as a whole. We look forward to continuing to work with you to build a better future for our people and our country, Nigeria.
OsazuwaAkonedo, bringing you the news in a more digital way.